This is the TV News, the industry's only daily video report, brought to you by American Ingenuity TV. For all of your electronic marketing and creative needs, American Ingenuity TV is simply the solution.
Welcome to the TVNews.tv for Friday, April 30th. Here are today's top stories. With the sweeps officially started, Nielsen has announced to the TV world that we're in a bit of a ratings slump. According to Nielsen, there's been a drop-off in primetime TV usage of 2.6% since the conclusion of the Winter Olympics back in early March. And this indeed bucks the very established seasonal viewing pattern. Nielsen reasons that this decline is due to less original programming, an improved economy, holidays that have been bunched together, and good weather that has effectively released us from winter's harsh grasp. And from our international desk, up until recently, Hulu, the Disney, NBCU, and News Corp partnered internet entertainment viewing destination, was making plans to launch in the United Kingdom. But this initiative to inject Hulu across the pond has just been scrapped. The only reason given was that Hulu was unable to gain any traction with the British business model that was being negotiated. But word on the street is that BBC 4 and 5 had agreements in place with Seesaw and YouTube, and ITV refuses to deal outside their own four walls on internet video on demand. And finally, as the entire free world knows, by Facebook user demand, the indomitable Betty White will be hosting Saturday Night Live on May 8th. And just in case you haven't seen Ms. White's uproarious promo for her SNL gig, we've got it for you right now.
Thanks to the internet, I'm hosting Saturday Night Live. But don't believe everything you hear on the web. Do you know they call me a cougar? And they say I'm dating a young hottie? Not true. I married him.
The Sports TV News is brought to you by Sando Communications. Sound judgment, solid credibility, and superior results. This is Sando Communications.
Standing by is Eric Mackerlin, our sports TV guru. Eric, we reported earlier in the broadcast today that television has taken a 2.6% hit downward in television usage since the Olympics. Now, sports was not included in this because it has not been affected. Tell us why.
Well, I think there's two reasons for that, Jeff. One, the springtime is a traditionally strong season for television sports. Coming out of the Winter Olympics in quick succession, you saw the beginning of the NCAA basketball tournament, which is one of the most exciting television properties going. And then you had the Masters, you had the start of the baseball season, and you also had the start of both the NBA and the NHL playoffs. So the springtime is traditionally a very strong season for television sports. But over and above that, I think something really has changed in a fundamental way when it comes to the way that people consume sports television and how they gather around the sort of the digital campfire. And that has to do with social media, blogging, Facebook, Twitter, and all of these other social media tools that have served to knit together disparate groups of sports fans on the web and gotten them more involved and more engaged in the sports that they love and watch. You know, for example, for many years I've been a blogger and have been covering the Washington Capitals. I know that there is an extraordinarily active group of folks online who follow a number of blogs. Right now, I can remember a time when I was really the only blog talking about the Washington Capitals about 6 years ago. Now there are so many that I simply can't count them. And all of those blogs will point to information about the team. They'll talk to their readers. They'll talk to one another. They'll share video clips and so forth. And what they do is they serve to deepen people's interest and commitment to a property, and they drive real ratings growth. Here in Washington, we've seen consistent ratings growth over the last 3 seasons as the team has improved. But the fact of the matter is that social media is one of the things that the team has really leaned on very hard in order to increase fan loyalty. And the fact of the matter is that it's flowing through to the bottom line in ratings and ad revenue. So that's probably two of the reasons that I think we're seeing the enduring strength of sports television, especially amongst males in the 18 to 35 and 25 to 44 demographics.
I agree with you, Eric, and you know, sports has also really embraced social media. They've embraced the internet. You see mock drafts. You see with the brackets online. They've really taken the bull by the horns online and with social media, unlike other entertainment television vehicles. And I think they're way ahead of all other television franchises in creating almost a McLuhanish global sports village.
You know, absolutely, Jeff. I think, you know, we saw just last week the NFL finally moved its draft to prime time, and the ratings were just gangbusters. People couldn't get enough of it. It made for exciting television.
Well, very good, Eric. There is no doubt that sports ratings, sports consumption is on the rise. There are a lot of factors. We hope those factors stay in place. We hope that sports television keeps on innovating and will increase consumption even more as we move forward. And we thank you, Eric, and we will see you next Friday.
Future events and opportunities brought to you by Dude Walker. Get the best voice. Get the best price. Get Dude at DudeWalker.com.
The Cable Show 2010 happens May 11th through the 13th in Los Angeles. I'll be on hand, and we would love to interview you about all of the important stuff you've got going on. If you want to schedule an interview, avec moi, mit mir, with me, you can email me directly at grimshaw@thetvnews.tv. It's very easy to become a sponsor of the TV News. All you have to do is click here at thetvnews.tv, or you can drop us an email at advertise@thetvnews.tv. And that's about it for today's edition of the TV News. We will be back Monday with top news, plus much more. If you missed any editions of the TV News this week, catch up fast by clicking on our archives. I'm Jeff Grimshaw. Thanks for watching, and go out and make it a great weekend.
The TV News has been brought to you by American Ingenuity TV. For all of your electronic marketing and creative challenges, American Ingenuity TV is simply the solution.